What's going on, kids? It's Tough Talk Thursday, Tough Talk Tuesday, but on a Thursday. I like that title. That's a good one. Share something with you real quick. I know because I'm way past the time that I said I was going to do this, but you know, things are just getting better, and I want to make sure that I'm sharing these types of things with you. Last week, I lost a close friend at a what I believe to be a relatively young age. You know, we're all around the same age, so I'm 45 years old, and you know, when you start losing people, you gotta kind of get things into perspective. But I want to share with you how losing someone, how death actually changed my life for the better. At least I believe that it did. For a while now, we've been talking about it's not what happens to you, but how you react to what happens to you. And in doing that, with this particular person leaving us so soon and so suddenly, what I was able to do was, you know, again, for, you know, the first 2 days, I was probably just lost, you know, just spinning and trying to figure out why, and, you know, how could this happen, and why does it always happen to good people? You know, I mean, we go through a whole bunch of things, but let's just say that's just, you know, grief, first stage of grief, and then you go through the denial of, you know, well, if we would have done this and would have done that. By the time the funeral came around, I was in a state of, I don't know, let's say my mental capacity was about remembering who he was the last time I saw him. Remembering what we talked about, remembering what we did, remembering our hopes, remembering our dreams, remembering just the good times. And I know people say that all the time, and it's almost cliche, but again, because we're trying to change our mental, because we're trying to change our mindset, because we're trying to step into what it is that we've been given, and we really realize now that, listen, with him going, nobody's promised tomorrow. So if you've got the opportunity to rock and roll today, you got to rock and roll today. You got to do what you got to do to make you happy and no one else. Like, this proves it more than anything else to me, because again, here today, gone tomorrow. Nobody expected this. Again, it was a sudden thing. So that being said, again, my mindset by the time I got to the funeral was, I'm going to remember him the way that I last saw him, the last things that we talked about. And what helped was seeing him laid out in the casket. It was, I didn't even recognize him. I was like, that's not my man. That's I don't know who that is, but my man is already gone. He's already off to a better place. He's already doing his thing. So what you have left here for me is something that I can pay my respects to, but I know that's not him. And again, I'm not going to be honest with you 100%. Him not looking like him was a great help. But then I realized again, being in that situation, it was easy. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. And now I really, really understand how powerful our thoughts actually are, how our mind actually works. Because if you continually put out those types of positive things, or your mind just clicks on, this is not him, this is what we did, this is what we talked about. I remember, again, all of my memories of him are positive and not negative, not of suffering, not of anything, and how easily it was for me to be able to continue on. Took about 2 days. And then, boom, I'm right back in the game. I'm right back into doing what I need to do. I'm doing what we talked about doing so that I can continue on to do the things that we talked about doing, and keep living my life and keep sharing things with you. And again, that just being said, as we continue to talk about these types of things, we gotta just keep moving forward, kids. We gotta switch that thing. We've got to know that our thoughts and our ideas and everything that we speak things into existence. Okay? If you are constantly on the negative, or you're constantly worrying about things, it just weighs you down. Like, this was a perfect example of me being positive about what is taking place. Like, nobody likes death. Everybody, I don't know anybody who enjoys going to a funeral. I certainly don't. But this is just proof positive that you know, my thoughts put me in a place and in a mindset where I was able to, and still able to, go do what I need to do, the way that I need to do it, and keep moving on and keep living my life. And I think in a way, that's more of a tribute to him because, you know, one of the things that he was a hustler. You know, he grind 24/7. And, you know, if you want to have something in life, we know you got to hustle. So I think that being said again, in the spirit of who he was, I got to keep grinding. I got to keep moving. I got to keep doing my thing. I got to keep working. And, you know, he wouldn't accept anything less from me. So that being said, our thoughts, our ideas, and what we speak into the world and what we speak into existence is true. So you got to keep your mind focused. You got to keep your mind on doing you and being the best that you can be and whatever it is that he called you here to do. All right? So sorry again that it's late. This is your man, Coach Falcon, Tough Talk. I'll see you next time.